Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing another what I spent in a month video. I can't believe it, but it's already October. September just flew right by. So that means that we are doing the what I spent in September video. So this is gonna be a fun one to go through. Before I get started though, I would just like to remind you to please subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon if you'd like to get notified every time I post. I post every Tuesday and Friday. So without further ado, let's just get right into the video. Okay, so if you saw my August budget video, you'll know that I like to go through the different categories and then go a little bit into detail on what I spent within each category. So first, as always, I like to go in and say that I paid $450 for my rent this month. Again, rent is just the same every single month, and that's just the half that I spend for my apartment. As you might know, I live in a small apartment with my boyfriend. I also posted an apartment tour if you're interested. It's just a 550 square foot apartment in New York State. And yeah, so check that out if you're interested. Next, I'm going into utilities. So this month I spent $27.56. Not too bad. It's getting a little chillier now, so we aren't really using the AC anymore, but it's definitely not cold enough to be using the heater, so we've just been pretty comfortable. I did not pay my car payment this month because I usually pay a month ahead of time. So last month the car payment that I mentioned was actually for September, and then usually at the end of September I pay for the month of October. So at the end of the month I pay for the next month, but because of the way that I'm getting paid for this next week, I'm just going to pay September when I get my paycheck next week. So that's not going to be counted in my budget for this month. So far we have the rent and the utilities. Next up we have our groceries. I spent $53.47 this month. Very low. Again, I'm trying to keep my food bill as low as possible, especially this month because I went a little bit crazy with other things, which I will mention as we keep moving on with this video. But yeah, so we kept at $53.47 for my part of the grocery bill. Not too bad. I've been making like really simple, cheap meals that have been still healthy though. So that's been good. Okay, so that was groceries, and then next is home improvement. This one I spent $60.63. The first one was Home Depot. That was $30.41. And in that trip I bought 2 plants. This is one of them. This is a Majesty palm, I think. And then the other plant I got is in my bedroom right now, and it is a fiddly fig tree. So that was pretty decently priced actually. I thought it would be a lot more, but it was $30 for the 2. So there's that. And then the other was $30.22 at Home Goods. This actually isn't, I don't know if it's really home improvement, but I bought a larger pot to cook with and a little saucepan, which I found at Home Goods from the German company Fissler. And Fissler usually sells very, very expensive homeware and pots and pans and things like that. And I saw this at Home Goods and I thought, oh my God, I need it, because it was $15 each instead of 10 times the price I paid for it. So 30 bucks for a large stock pot and a saucepan was perfect. And then we are moving into restaurants and dining. I spent $95.30, so I am still under the $100 threshold that I gave myself, just by a little bit. So that's okay. I spent $4.89 at a bubble tea place. And then a different day, I went to a super good burger place with my boyfriend. And so for the 2 of us, that was $58. And then I went to my favorite ramen place in Toronto. Every single time I go, I have to get ramen here. This is from Konjiki Ramen. And this was $32.38 for the 2 of us. So that is super decently priced, especially for a Michelin star restaurant. It's absolutely amazing. So if you're ever in Toronto and you want to try some super good ramen, I highly, highly, highly recommend Konjiki Ramen. So that was the restaurants for the month. and we were in Toronto because it was our anniversary. So we spent a day in Toronto and we went a little bit spend crazy, which I will go into in a minute. But after restaurants, we have general merchandise. So I spent $11.86 at TJ Maxx. I honestly can't remember what I bought at TJ Maxx, which is bad. But I'll put it over here if I do remember it while I'm editing. So that was $11.86. I spent $16.59 at Target. This was because I bought some crust white strips to whiten my teeth a little bit. So that is $16.59. AliExpress, I spent $12.83. This I bought on September 12th. I bought a painting that I want to hang over above my little dining room table because the wall is just completely bare. So I bought a painting from there that should be arriving any day now. It's still not here. So that is AliExpress, and I bought it from there because it's just way cheaper than buying it elsewhere, and from the reviews I saw it looked pretty good, so that was nice as long as it shows up. And next I spent $72.11 at Muji. This was from when I was in Toronto as well, and I bought two towels, just regular bath towels that are the waffle knit, which are super nice, and I don't regret this purchase even though it's a little crazy to spend 30 bucks on a towel. I totally think it's worth it because it just makes the laundry load so much smaller than using like those massive like fluffy towels. I prefer using really thin waffle knit smaller towels, and the Muji ones are just incredible because they dry super quickly, and we have a little bit of a problem in our bathroom where there is like moisture all the time, and it seems like nothing ever gets dry when it's in the bathroom, even with the fan on and the door open. So I really wanted to get some towels that were really quick drying and pretty thin. So that was my Muji purchase. And I also bought a couple pens and a notebook. So that's it for general merchandise. Next, I have gifts. I spent $3.58.88 at it's like a boutique here where I live, and I bought my boyfriend a Gucci bracelet. It's just like a silver cuff bracelet with a bunch of little pictures on it. I'll just post a picture of it here. And that was his present for our anniversary. I saw him looking at it and he liked it a lot. He wasn't expecting me to buy anything that expensive or anything, but I just wanted to get him something special. So that was one of my big purchases of the month. And then now we're moving into the bigger ticket stuff. So travel. I spent $8 for parking. One day I parked at work because I had an event I had to go to right afterwards, so I didn't walk. So that was $8. And then I spent $11.99 at United because I purchased the Fairlock thing, which is where you find an itinerary for some place that you want to go and the ticket price, and it holds that ticket price for you and it reserves the seat for you for either 3 days or 7 days, so that you can go back and purchase it in a couple days. So I bought, for $12, I bought the 3-day Fairlock because I am planning a trip to Japan in February, and I found some pretty good tickets on United. So I did the Fairlock so that I could request the days off of work and make sure that I could do all that before I actually purchased the tickets. So that's the $12. And then I like booking travel with miles. So I have a bunch of different credit cards that I like to use for different purposes, and I rack up miles so that I basically don't have to pay to travel whenever I want to. But I was a little bit short on the number of miles I had. I had 60,000 and I needed 70,000 to fly to Japan and back. So I had to purchase 10,000 miles from United, and that was $301. And when you do purchase a flight with miles, you have to pay like the taxes and the surcharges. So that ends up being $61.43. So the total for travel was $382.42. So that's not too bad considering that the flights to Japan in February cost around $1,000. So I spent much less than that using the credit card miles that I have and the different various ways that I accumulate those. I can do a completely different series of videos on credit cards because I can't just do one video. It's just such a broad topic. But if you're interested, just let me know in the comments and I can definitely do that for you. And then the next category is clothing and shoes. And so I purchased a top on Poshmark for $28.06. Not too bad. I spent $32.99 at H&M. I bought a black dress for work because I have a picture day coming up and I just needed something that looked pretty sleek and professional for that work photo. So $32.99. I spent $25.52 at Uniqlo in Toronto. This was for just a white blouse, so you've probably seen me wear in a video. I think I was wearing it in my Louis Vuitton key holder review. Yeah, I was wearing like that white top, so that was from Uniqlo. And then I spent $953.50 at Holt Renfrew at the Yorkdale Mall in Toronto. I spent this on a down payment for a bag that I am getting custom from Louis. So this $953 is just half that I have to pay for the bag, so it's a little bit crazy, but I wanted a new bag for work for quite a while, and I was like so on the fence about getting a Neverfull because they're just so like overdone. I feel like I'll go to the store and I'll see like 5 people having that bag, and it's just kind of, it's not very unique anymore. So I was just on the fence about it, but I saw that they have the World Tour collection now at Louis, and basically you can like pick the stickers that you want on the bag for different like travel locations. So it looks like how when you have a suitcase that has like all the different stickers on it. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but basically they came out with a collection where you can customize your own bags and accessories. So I just had to buy that Neverfull. So I put the 50% deposit down, and then when I go pick it up in November, I will pay the other half. So at least that gives me a little bit of time and I don't have to just put so much money in at once. I'm just spreading it out a little bit more, which is nice. But that was my big purchase of the month, which every time I make a big purchase like that, I get like uncomfortable about it, and I don't really get as happy as maybe most people get when they purchase something that huge. Like, you should be excited and happy that you did buy the thing that you did buy, but I feel more guilty because that money could have been going towards my student loans or something else. But I've just been super good with my spending lately, I think, so I thought that I would treat myself a little bit this month and buy myself a new bag. So that is everything that I spent for the month, but I just wanted to go over one more thing, which is a balance transfer that I just did with one of my Wells Fargo student loans, which has a very, very high interest rate and is just like weighing me down to see. I was able to balance transfer $2,000 of that out of the $4,000 that I have left to pay into a Capital One credit card, which has 0 APR and 0 balance transfer fees for a year. So then that money will just be sitting in that credit card account and I can pay it off little by little and without having the interest accrue like it would in the Wells Fargo account that is currently in. So this is kind of a way for me to save a couple $100 just having that balance be on a no fee, no interest credit card. So I can do a completely different video on that if you'd like, but it's definitely a good option if it's available to you for high interest rate loans. It's a little bit complicated, so I would have to put quite a bit of thought into creating the video. So please let me know if you would like me to do that. Just like this video and give me a comment below. So yeah, I wasn't able to make too much headway as far as my student loans this month. I did put in $1,000 though. But yeah, that was my spending for the month of September. So please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video and subscribe if you would like to see more content. I don't know, it's like, maybe it's like nosy, but I really, really like seeing other people's budget breakdowns like that. It's just really interesting to me, and It gives me some ideas sometimes on what, I don't know. It's just entertaining and it's interesting. So please let me know if you feel the same. And I am excited to keep doing these. I really enjoy making these videos and just YouTube videos in general. So yeah, I really appreciate the support if you have watched all the way to this point. And I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye.